Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review where today I am reviewing Konbini Kareshi. Konbini Kareshi was a fairly unnoticed anime in the summer 2017 season, but I decided to give it a watch because I thought that we were going to see several storylines centered around this convenience store interacting with each other. But it seems that from time to time I am dead wrong. The main protagonist of this anime is Haruki Mishima, who one day in a convenience store meets a girl by the name of Miharu Mashiki. Haruki has the feeling that he has met this girl before and, as it usually goes, starts to develop feelings for her. So over the course of this anime, we see this and other new relationships emerge. So let's start with the positive section, but unfortunately this will be quite a short one. I had to search for details that I liked in this anime, because overall it didn't really please me. But there was one thing that did came as a pleasant surprise, and that was the plot twist in episode 10. By the time that we got to episode 10, it seemed that the stage had been set in this anime. The fact that it was quite bland as well only supported the theory that nothing exciting was going to happen anymore in this anime. So when that plot twist came in episode 10, I was caught totally off guard. That was an element that I didn't see coming, and I wish that this anime had more of those and exploited them more. And my second positive point is one of the OSTs of Konbini Kareshi. For those of you that watched it, it was the one that was always used in the preview for the next episode. I can't really explain it why, but it was a tune that I really liked. Unfortunately, Konbini Kareshi did more things wrong than it did right. First up, the animation. The animation in this anime was subpar. It wasn't even average, it was below average. I saw inconsistent character design, truly just derpy faces at times, and don't even get me started on the walking and running animation, because that was all so rough. Purely based on the animation, I would never guess that this was a 2017 anime. I would date it early 2000s with this kind of animation. I thought that Studio Pierrot, who did quite some big anime titles, would know how to make decent animation, even for such a middle-class slice of life anime. But what potentially bothered me even more in this anime was the story and how unbalanced it was. Konbini Kareshi felt like Mayoiga all over again. There were way too many characters that I wanted to give meaning, and too many romances to give decent development over the course of 12 episodes. If you look at the opening, you see 5 or 6 potential romances. This anime couldn't even balance 2 romances, let alone 5. So there were several storylines that didn't even get started. Now, for some of them, that was a good thing, like that one damned sibling love episode. Am I glad that they didn't go through with that? But overall, if Konbini Kareshi could have just left the side characters be simple side characters, then maybe they could have balanced the 2 main romances right. Because, as I just mentioned, Konbini Kareshi couldn't even balance our 2 main romances right. I thought that the relationship between Mashiki and Haruki was the main one, but during 3/4 of this anime, it felt like the main relationship was the one between Honda and Mihashi. We were getting plenty of development in that one, but our main relationship wasn't going anywhere. All of the development in the Mashiki-Haruki relationship was concentrated in the final 2 to 3 episodes, when the Honda-Mihashi storyline was already concluded, so they should have started that way sooner. Another reason why the development felt so slow there is that they didn't use the illness of Mashiki to the fullest. We only get to know that about halfway through the anime, and after that it isn't even used again until the final episodes. That illness should have been the red line across this story. Take a look at, for instance, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso. There we get signs in the direction of Kaori's illness very early in the anime, and it was an element that progressed together with the main storyline up until the end. So overall, Konbini Kareshi was just an unbalanced anime that tried to put way too many things in a too small anime. So as a conclusion, this was not a good anime. It was everything but the picture that I had in my head when I started it. I wanted to see several storylines centered around this convenience store, interacting with each other until the pieces of the puzzle felt together. Now I got an unbalanced, below average animated romance anime that could have been so much more. So overall I am rating Konbini Kareshi at 2.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't as bad as, for instance, Sagrada Reset, which I just wanted to stop watching, but it was such a disappointment, and shame on you, Studio Pierrot. When I review an unbalanced romance anime, I have to recommend romance animes that are well balanced. The first one is one of my all-time favorites, Sakuraso no Pet na Kanojo. In this anime there are 3 main romance storylines, 1 love triangle and 2 regular relationships, and they were balanced to perfection. Each of them gets the development it needs and concludes with a satisfying ending. Another anime that did that was Nagi no Asukara. Also here, all the romances feel complete at the end. Each one of the 3 or 4 romances felt finished. It is then also no coincidence that both these animes stand in my overall top 10. And with that I conclude my review of Konbini Kareshi. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now, if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. Then I will say arigatou gozaimasu, and I will see you all in the next video.